I don't think there's anything that's certain in the world at the moment. There's a lot that can change, there's a lot that can happen. And I think that is in the back of your mind every time I'm going into work.
Adult trauma, ETA 5 minutes.
Got an assault coming in. Been stabbed multiple times.
5-year-old hit by a car, dragged for 3 metres, degloved the right side of their scalp. Code red.
They're now saying partial amputation with a traumatic cardiac arrest.
This is just disastrous.
Travel by cow. You can't make that up.
Oh, it's a proper day today, isn't it?
St George's, London, one of Britain's busiest A&E departments, under more pressure than ever.
What are you doing?
It does sometimes feel like a battlefield, and it feels like a losing battle at times as well.
You need to calm yourself down.
I have 10 traumas and absolutely no space.
25-year-old jump from a 3rd floor balcony.
This is the point where we can make a difference.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
A place where life,
Best place to make friends, A&E.
love, and loss
Scariest thing in my life. I thought I lost it.
unfold every single day.
A life is not just a singular thing. Things that happen to you have a huge effect on the people around you as well.
You scare me so much, you know that?
All the patients you're about to see were treated in just one 24-hour period.
I see behaviour every day that reaffirms my belief in the inherent goodness of people.
It's all a bit of a shock, isn't it?
And I think I'm incredibly fortunate to work in that environment.
It's a lot to take in. It's the love of my life.
You don't expect these things to happen. You expect it to be just another Wednesday night. It was probably 15 minutes into the game. I was a couple of feet away from Sack, and he had the ball. And there were 2 players coming towards him from the other team. And he did what he always does, which is he turns away from them, but he dropped straight down, and he was screaming in agony. What sounded like shin pads sort of clashing was his bone snapping.
St George's recess. Medical trauma. Critical skin.
A 30-year-old man is being rushed to St George's after sustaining a serious injury playing football.
If you're running and jumping and changing direction, the forces involved in your limbs are actually quite large. And if that force goes through that joint in the wrong way, that structure will fail.
What is it? 30-year-old male, fractured dislocation of left ankle with critical skin.
Book him in and get some ketamine out.
Critical skin. That skin that's been stretched over the fracture to the point where it's become white and pale, and that suggests that the blood supply to that piece of skin is no longer adequate. And the worst case is that the tissue's not getting blood supply, will die over a period of hours.
Teammate Adam is in the ambulance with him.
He was on the floor screaming in pain. He had his leg raised, but his foot was the other way round. Instantly, it's like a shiver just goes down your spine. When the ambulance crew came, he asked me the question, he said, "Is it bad?" And it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Stop doing that. Calm yourself down.
What's that?
Pop your hand out the way.
Oh, fucking hell!
All right, Zach.
Oh, fuck!
Everybody responds to pain differently, and a lot of the time patients can be very scared, they don't understand what's going on, and so you have to very quickly establish a relationship with that patient and get them to understand what it is you're trying to achieve.
Look at me. Stop swearing, look at me. Put your hands down by your side. We need to help you. You need to calm yourself down. Let us sort you out. Carry on, please.
If you want to get that joint in place as fast as you can, you have to get that patient in a position where they can tolerate it. Otherwise, you're not going to get the result that you want.
I could spend 20 minutes calming you down. We'll cut through it all and give you some drugs. I chose plan B. Somebody specifically take control of that ankle. Okay.
Don't take everything out, let everything.
Things are just going to start feeling a little bit funny. Nice deep breaths, nice big breaths for us, buddy. You're doing so well.
The way you kind of got to think about your fractures is that the broken bone is just a complication of the injuries to all the soft tissues around it.
Let me just take that.
Yeah, just cover that. I don't want no.
Does that limb have an adequate blood and nerve supply? If not, that opens the patient up to a whole range of really quite horrible complications. And at the absolute worst case, that patient will need an amputation.
Might seem a little bit weird in a minute. That is just the medicine we've given you. I'll all be back to normal in like 15 minutes, okay?
Doctors have to urgently realign Zach's ankle after he dislocated it playing football.
If you've got somebody with a fracture dislocation of their ankle and you're concerned that they've got critical skin, then you need to get that ankle back in joint as fast as you possibly can to make sure that it's still got an adequate blood and nerve supply. Because if it hasn't, then you might need to think about them going to theatre.
I'm just trying to get a good position, just trying to straighten the foot a little bit. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. And then just reduce that, Sophie.
Okay. Deep breaths, nice deep breaths.
Well done, buddy. You just focus on your breathing for me. It just needed to go back.
I think it's actually reasonably stable.
Yeah, that just popped straight back in. That was lovely.
All finished, all finished. Do you want to look at your ankle now? It's back to
No, it's
back
better.
to normal.
It's back to normal.
It's all back to normal, matey, okay? And we're just going to put a plaster cast on it. And then we'll get you round for some x-rays, okay, buddy?
Zach's parents are on their way to A&E.
I'd always wished for a son for the simple reason I had sisters. I was the only brother. I was over the moon because my firstborn was a son, my secondborn was a son, the third one was a daughter, and the last one is Zach.
And you're completely safe, mate, okay?
He was born a very healthy, bubbly baby. He loved his milk. You could give him as much milk as you wanted, and he would drink and burp, drink, burp. As he was growing up, he was always going to the mosque with me every Saturday. I would take him, make sure that he knows who we are, why we are. But in his teenager days, he was really an angry young man.
Sorry, last bit.
You're doing great, mate.
Some of the people that I would see him with didn't make me feel at ease. I remember the time when I was at work and my wife would ring me and say, "Oh, the teacher's wrong. Zach, he's had a punch up." As parents, we got worried.
Well done, buddy.
If your company's bad and you're clubbing and all that, you'll always be in trouble. I didn't want him to fall in trouble at such an early age. That's why I had to give him the lesson about controlling his anger, start going to the mosque again, socialize, and that's when he started kicking the football. Football means everything to him. He can't live without football.
I'm fine with any amount of blood and gore, but bones really make me queasy.
X-rays will help doctors decide if Zach needs surgery to give him the best chance of walking normally again.
He's going to come in under ortho.
Yeah.
I'd be gobsmacked if he's not done something.
Yay!
I've been here twice.
What, the NHS?
No, to A&E. To the NHS. Who doesn't say H?
The NHS?
It's my Australianism, mate.
Hey, what happened to you?
8-year-old Jaden has been brought to A&E with a swollen eye by his mum, Caroline.
What is this? It's a spinning top. Look, if you hold it up and you push, and it spins.
He does love investigating.
Listen.
I was staying with my friend. They have a little shed thing for prams and bikes, and he was playing in there.
When you want it to stop, just do that, okay?
He came in and he started rubbing his eye. And then I looked, and his eye looked swollen. Within half an hour, it just sort of doubled its size.
Harder than you, isn't it?
I was 38 when I was pregnant with Jaden. It was a shock, I'm not gonna lie. I took about 6 tests just to be sure. I was living in South London with my 2 older boys. One's 27, the other one's 25 now. I was doing it by myself, so they sort of helped me through my pregnancy as well as when he was born.
Mum, what are your tonsils?
Sit back your throat. No, you don't need your tonsils, that's why I take them out.
Why were we created with tonsils then?
Oh, all right.
He's a very, very intelligent boy. He was talking, he was walking, everything really, really early. Just unique in his own way.
Can I tell you something? Brain tumour and amnesia and pharmacy and eczema are all words from the Greeks.
He's convinced that he's been here before. He's convinced he was born in Victorian times, so that might have something to do with it.
I am a very old great-great-great-grandfather.
He's challenging, but I suppose that's part of the package of him.
Open your eyes. Yeah, responsive.
St George's A&E. Priority call.
A 52-year-old man is being rushed to St George's with a suspected broken back and pelvis after falling backwards from the tailgate of a lorry.
Agent obeying, priority call, 8 minutes.
You don't have to fall particularly far, and it can be a seemingly innocuous incident that can lead you to potentially have quite a significant injury.
His wife Jenny was at home when she received the call.
I did the housework and decided I'm going to get my eyebrows done before I go to work the day. It was a house phone he rang, and I'd always ignore it because it's always somebody trying to sell you a new roof, double glazing, or a new front door. When I got the call, my heart just sunk. I felt like I was going to be physically sick.
3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so this gentleman here is Ian. Today he was offloading his truck where he's missed his footing and he's fell onto his back and onto his pelvic region. We did find a query fractured rib on the lower right-hand side, severe pain in his pelvis on his left-hand side and back. Okay.
So everyone in place, okay? Ready, steady, brace.
Sorry, dear.
It's so big.
All right, sorry, my love.
Ready, steady, brace. There you go. Okay, it's all done, okay? Now what we're going to do is put a collar on, yeah?
If you don't immobilise that patient properly or you move them incorrectly, you can then convert that to a serious sort of spinal cord injury.
Yeah, all right. Perfect.
And that isn't something we can fix.
Any pain when I'm pressing? Okay, I'm sorry.
It does that and it shoots all the way down.
It's going to shine a little light on your eye.
There's that many pictures go through your head. Everything stops. That's me. I'm a carer, and his life's over now.
Zach is back in resus, waiting for the results of the x-rays on his ankle, which he dislocated playing football. 2 of his footballing teammates have come to visit him. His parents have also arrived.
It was just literally, I turned and as I twisted, my left leg just, I don't know what happened.
I thought you were actually faking at first.
Really?
I actually thought, like, why is he like, was he actually just joking?
Nah, I had clear view as soon as I saw your foot.
Can I just have a look at this guy's x-ray, please?
Was it like that?
Basically.
Yeah.
It was like that. Yeah. Bruv, it wasn't easy to look at. Trust me, it wasn't easy to look at. That makes you think twice about playing football. It literally does, man.
It's throbbing a lot, like.
It will do. We can give you some more painkillers. We'll give you some more morphine.
Right.
In your ankle, you've definitely fractured this bone, the fibula. So tibia is this big one here.
Right.
There looks like there might be a bit of damage to the end of that. You'll probably need an operation on it, but that'll be up to the orthopaedic surgeon. So I've had a chat with them. They're going to come and see you. All right.
Right. Is this the gentleman that I need to speak to?
Ah, here we go. Talk of the devil.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing? Can you move your toes?
Oh, that's good.
Where are you from?
My mum is from Pakistan, and my dad is from Kenya. I don't want to look at my leg. Just give me a new leg.
In 1975, I was in England. My father, he said, look, your mama is sick. Can you please go and get her from Pakistan?
Oh, mate.
As I was leaving the house, my late father said, this is a letter. You promised me that you will not read the contents till you're airborne. The first few words startled me. This was just an excuse to take you to Pakistan. We've already seen a girl for you. He knew I was a bit of a playboy and didn't want to get married.
So the bone here is
Yeah.
painful?
Yeah.
Underneath.
Now, during those days, we weren't allowed to see the pictures of the wife. On the day of the actual marriage, she was covered from head to toe, and she had a veil in front of her face, which nobody could see, especially me. It's only after the priest said, I pronounce you husband and wife, and that's when I saw her face. I said, oh my God, I don't deserve this beautiful girl. We have been married 43 years. I still love her to the bone, and I would do anything for her or my kids.
It's numb. I can't really feel that much, to be honest with you there.
All parents need in life is the happiness of their kids. And I pray to Almighty God that one day Zach will get married.
You just don't give up hope, do you?
You can feel it here. Feel my finger.
Not really, no.
If you've got a significant fracture to a limb with impaired blood supply, if that's not managed in a timely fashion, the worst case is that the tissue's not getting blood supply, will die over a period of hours.
I'm gonna give you another piece of painkiller and then I'm gonna wheel you into the CT scan.
Delivery driver Ian fell from his lorry's tailgate. Doctors are concerned he may have sustained serious spinal and pelvic injuries and have ordered CT scans.
It's gone, we're not gonna move anymore.
Yeah, you're on our table now. Just going to do your neck first, just to make sure that's all okay. And then we'll do the body scan, okay?
We met in our early 20s. Stringfellows. That was the name of the nightclub.
With this arm, can you bring it above your head for me?
This one?
Yeah.
That was the place that everybody went. I think it was the only nightclub that was in our town. And now it's a petrol station. He was a really good dancer. And that's what I was watching. I was watching him dancing. And I says to my pal, like, who's that? She says, oh, that's Ian. I'll introduce her to you. I said, all right. And he came along, and then we got chatting, we got dancing. To Procol Harum, Whiter Shade of Pale. We were just together ever since.
Okay, keep very, very still now.
3 kids later, I was in the distillery, and Ian was working for bookies. He kept saying to me, there must be something better in life than this. And I said, well, I don't know, Ian. And then the next thing, he's come back, he said, do you know what? He said, I've joined army. What do you mean you've joined army? He said, I've signed up. I thought, why? He says, I'm waiting to get called up, do some tests and that. He says, if I pass them, I'm gone. And you're coming with me. I thought he was nuts.
Ready, steady, slide.
Where can a man get a drink around here?
Jaden's eye has swollen up after he was playing in the shed.
I put water down.
I put lemon flavoured squash all the way up to there. Oh man.
Life with Jaden is lots of fun, but hard work. He doesn't like the attention coming off him.
Hello.
It's literally from morning till he goes to bed.
Jay, let me take it, come on.
9 times out of 10, when he goes to sleep, I crash out.
No, don't start. No way. You end up with A&E with something else.
It wasn't until he went to school, really, we started picking up the behaviour problems. He gets his outbursts of like anger. It's children of his own age he finds hard.
I just tried to get out.
9 times out of 10 it turns into an argument. So at home he can manage his behaviour better than when he's at school.
Jaden?
Yep, it's me.
Perfect. Where's your mum? I'll just take you down to a
It
cubicle.
feels like someone's punching it.
Oh, really?
I want to lay on the bed.
Yeah, you can go up on the bed if you like. So nice to meet you. My name's Emma. I'm one of the children's doctors. And who's going to tell me the story why you've come to hospital today?
I got a piece of rust in my eye.
How did that happen?
I picked up something rusty.
Does look a bit weepy. We'll have a good look at that eye in a sec. I'm just going to ask Mum a couple of questions as well, if that's all right. Any medical problems that we should know about?
He has ADHD and Asperger's, which he's on medication for.
When it first got diagnosed, he's been really, really hard work. I could ask him to do something and he just will not do it. And he'd pretend he doesn't hear me.
I'm just going to shine this light in your eyes.
Don't worry, I've tested it and my pupils should be responsive.
Are you going to be a doctor when you grow up?
No, definitely not.
I used to go into my room sometimes and get a little bit upset.
Look at my finger here.
Not only he's got it, I've got to find ways to deal with it myself.
There's quite a lot of swelling there, and the eye itself does look quite red. So we're going to put some colourful drops in his eyes, and what they do is they just give a dye, and then we have a look with our magic green light, and we see if we can see any scratches there. I'm going to pop you down a tiny bit. I don't want you to fall off.
I won't fall off. Do you know what I fall off?
There we go.
My bed.
Your bed?
Sometimes he feels like it's ruining his life. People not like me, I haven't got no friends.
I go real.
I think he may struggle with interacting when he's older, even when he's like in his 20s. I think you never stop worrying about your children, no matter what age they are.
Oh, I'll sit in a minute.
It would have made me feel so sad if you were like, okay, I'm gonna get on the bus to go and sit. And then...
Even when I tore my medial ligament.
But you all by yourself?
I was playing footy and everyone went to the pub after the footy game and sent me on my way. It's like, sorry mate, beers are calling.
Doctors have realigned Zach's ankle to ensure he has adequate blood flow to his foot. He'll need emergency surgery to repair the severely damaged bones in his ankle. More members of his football team have arrived to see him.
I didn't want to look. Is it just your boots got stuck in the ground? All I remember is hearing this almighty noise. Just a snap, crackle and pop, bro.
So I take it you can't play this Sunday?
Amy needs you, bro. Hey, that's thing. Dr. Sab, assalamu alaikum. You good?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Just one of our boys, man, fractured his leg. You got to take care of him, Dr. Sab.
What have you done?
So, football.
Did the skin break? Did the bone come out?
Luckily.
It's better.
It was just bent.
What are you worried about?
Everything. Work, walking.
How old are you?
30.
Why?
No.
You believe that wife?
If you had a wife, you wouldn't be out playing football.
It has been pretty hard trying to find the one. Obviously, there's loads of social media, loads of apps and everything. I just don't think a lot of people want to put in the time. But I feel I'm at a point now in my life where I'm ready to settle down.
She had a wife, she'd look after you now.
Exactly.
Instead you got these boys.
I think we're a sort of generation of, if it breaks, throw it away. I've got a lot of English mates who've got like grandparents that are still around that have been married for like 70 years, or even like my parents married for 40 odd years. And you think, is this generation going to hear stories of that, or is it just going to be 5 years, 10 years, you know, and that's it, because it's broken, it's throw it away. My parents were arranged and it was told, this is who you're going to marry. Now that's got to be scary for any man, any woman. It is quite difficult when trying to remain in between sort of respect for the older generation and still be relevant with the, you know, your people around you.
Where do you come from? From the north?
Paisley, Glasgow.
Okay.
Ian is waiting for the CT scan results on his neck and spine, while doctors carry out further tests.
Just going to take some blood tests from you, all right?
I grew up in a town called Paisley in Scotland. It was a hard old town. Wasn't much work, to be quite honest with you. Maggie Thatcher was in government at the time. There was 2 places there you could always work. It was Chrysler and the Ordnance, and she shut both of them. Generations of people worked there, grandparents, parents, and the kids. When they shut, there was nothing. I'm just sorry for causing all this trouble, man.
Don't apologise for anything.
I feel like an old twat. I was, what, 24, coming up for 25 at the time. Hadn't left Paisley, never been on holiday, never been on a plane. And I thought, I don't want my kids growing up the same way. And one of the ways to get out of it was join up with the forces. So I joined the army.
Boys will be boys, huh?
That's the problem, mate. I think I'm a teenager still.
It's good to live young.
We were posted straight out to Germany. I arrived there on the 13th of December, and Ian got posted to the First Gulf War on the 17th, and I never seen him for 6 months. I was all alone, thousands of miles away from my family, and I had 3 little boys with the broadest Scottish accent ever playing in the streets, and my neighbours used to come out just so that they could listen to them talking.
Spent my life in the army, mate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Royal Signals.
Posted abroad?
I was in the Falklands, the First Gulf War, Bosnia, Kosovo. Spent 14 years in Germany.
Gosh.
When you don't hear and they're on an operational tour, you live and breathe for the news. You're watching TV and you're thinking, my husband's here. Oh my God. You get word in the morning that there were so many fatalities or so many injuries, but you had to wait to 10 o'clock at night and they released the names of who it was. And then when you see the cars coming down and they're going to knock on people's doors, and please don't come to my door, don't come to my door. A bleak time that was. If I'd been left here, abandoned with 3 little kids, how am I going to do this?
Orthopaedic doctors now have the full results of Ian's CT scans.
So it looks like L2, one of the bones is 5 and your lower level 2. One of that is a bit crunched, okay? Apart from that, there's little flanges on the side of the spine, the side real levels, it's pulled up. And we're getting the neurosurgeon to deal with spines here to have a look at it and advise us to see what else we need to do, okay?
All his time in the army, not even a scratch. And all of a sudden, he falls off the back of the lorry. Is he in a wheelchair? Is he ever going to walk again? Didn't know what I was going to do.
Is it throbbing?
Yes, a lot. And it smells like your feet.
My feet do not smell.
Jaden and his mum are waiting for the consultant.
Oh, please, you're going to break it, Jaden. I think we've worked out that you know how to do it, so can you put it down now? Come on.
No.
If he has a bad day, he goes, did I have my behaviour tablets today? I said, yes, you did. Trying to put it down to that he hasn't had that. With autistic children, you can't just say, right, you've got to do this, this and this, because it'll never work. You have to approach him in a different way.
Hey, why don't you make out you're sleeping?
Who did that? You've gone up in the world.
Right. So, look up for me. And just a tiny little drop.
The view's going all yellow.
It is. So I'm going to look in your eye, but the trick is that while we hold it up, you have to look down.
You're going to try and make me look at my brain. And my brain is not a good thing to see.
Children with, like, ADHD and Asperger's, they don't like too much noise. I mean, even when I put the Hoover on, he's like, ah, the noise.
Look up for me.
London's very hustle and bustle, and that doesn't help.
Good boy, well done.
He finds school hard because living in London, sometimes we're travelling like an hour and a half to get there, and he's not getting home till like 6 o'clock at night.
You were really, really good.
Really amazing.
Really good, yeah.
Really good.
He likes running around, he likes his freedom. But you've got to be a bit careful in London.
Is there anything there?
No, there isn't. The bottom part of your eye is very swollen, and I think that's probably rubbing across the clear part of your eye, and that's why it's scratching.
Oh.
Mum, I think we need to give Jaden some eye drops.
You know, a doctor gave a patient the wrong eye drops and she went blind.
Well, we'll have to try very hard not to do that, won't we?
Well, these drops, these are very good eye drops. OK?
OK.
I think as he's getting older, it's getting a little bit easier because I'm learning to deal with it. And that's, I think, as long as I can deal with it, then I can help him through the way.
Well done, Jaden. You were great. Should we pop this down?
He's such a lovable child. He has to have snuggles at night, at least 20 minutes. If I don't have snuggles, Mummy, I can't sleep. But I wouldn't change it for the world because he's amazing.
Come on. Jaden, come on.
1 second.
Hopscotch.
Ian has 3 broken bones in his back and a fractured rib.
And it's never nice being stabbed by a needle. Okay, all done.
Can I ask you a favour, love? My phone should be somewhere. Just so I can phone the wife. I left the army because it's what Jennifer wanted to do. And I couldn't say no, to be quite honest with you, because she'd followed me in the army and she spent 12 years with me. She wanted to run a pub, it's what she wanted to do. The pub called the Eagle, yeah, fantastic. Well, I couldn't just fall and hurt myself, I've got to break my fucking back.
I've decided, oh, I'm going to be a lorry driver. I'm not going to do what I did in the army before. I'm leaving that behind.
The paramedics cut everything, my jacket, my T-shirt, my trousers, everything.
He's up and down London, Liverpool, Wales. He's just on the road all day, and he's as happy as Larry.
My tobacco's in the cab, so I've got no smokes. I've got no clays, no smokes, nothing. I'm up the creek without a bad road.
A couple of months later, I get a phone call. Ian's been in an accident. The crane on the back of his lorry swung. He's put his arm up to break the fall. It's broke his arm. I sent him flying through the air and broke his 2 legs. He was ill for about 18 months and he couldn't work. And then this job came up and that was him finally back out of work. No, he's done it again.
Ian will be taken to a ward where neurosurgeons will assess if he's permanently damaged his spine.
When they turned me over like this, it was just hanging back like that.
It's been difficult. My brothers are married and my sister's married, and there is that added pressure from there, I felt. And then with my mates sort of, you know, more and more of them getting sort of hitched, it's like, well, I kind of want that as well. You know, I want stuff to look forward to, you know, buy a place, holidays, just Kodak moments, really, you know, just looking to build that.
Orthopedic surgeons have arrived to prepare estate agent Zach for emergency surgery.
This is a consent form for your operation. Your operation is left ankle fracture, open reduction and interfixation with plates and screws.
Oh my God.
As in other operation, there are risks.
No, but with like the screws and everything, what does that mean, like going forward?
It will be held by a plate and screw so as not to change its position.
I feel so awful.
From when I got my first football top, which was a Liverpool top at the age of 7, it was just pure, like, love. It was just a sense of, like, I can achieve more, you know, if I try hard. And it makes you grow up a little bit as well. It's a way to just sort of stay away from other things. If I've had a bad day, you know, someone's annoyed me, customer, or a colleague, whoever, I can always just take my anger out on the football and just come off the pitch feeling like, you know, I've got rid of all that tension. It's kind of like made me build a bond with, you know, the guys from our mosque community as well.
There is a risk of infection. We will give you antibiotics before the operation.
You know, it's just football's life, isn't it? But when we play, and it's our way of enjoying life.
The thought of being in a position where I'm never going to be able to play football again just absolutely kills me inside.
If you've broken a bone, then potentially that will have a massive impact on you as an individual. That might affect your ability to walk, that might affect your ability to work. One of the great responsibilities of this job is that you're often privy to the start of that journey for that person. And hopefully we can put people on the road to having better days in the future.
Are you guys coming with him to the ward?
Yeah, we'll come.
Yeah, if that's all right.
Only after his operation will doctors know how much mobility Zach will retain in his fractured ankle.
Thank you, thank you.
The decision to move from London mainly was for Jaden, so we moved to Clacton. Just the whole way of life in Essex is calmer. You know, he's got the beach there, and I can see it's made a difference because he's changed, and it's changed for the best.
I know a lot about the Great Fire of London and the Great Plague. Do you know what year the Great Plague was?
No, I don't know. When was it?
1665.
His love for football was still there. He was still talking about football, asking the surgeon, when do you think I'll be able to kick the ball? And the guy was laughing and said, not soon, but maybe 6 months.
For now, it's just start walking without looking like I'm auditioning for The Walking Dead. I am engaged now, and I'm super excited about it. I'm just sort of basking in the ambience of happiness.
When Ian was in hospital, it seemed to get a bit worse. He says, think the worst and hope for the best. And my heart just sunk.
I'm very, very careful about what I do now. Suppose that's about the most positive thing. Before I was just straight in there, thinking nothing's ever got to happen. I suppose everybody thinks that. All I want for the future is for my kids, grandkids, to be all right, to be quite honest with you. That's all I've ever wanted. As long as my family's all right, I'm all right.
Hello, St George's ED. Adult male trauma call, 20 minutes.
This is hitting. We seem to be knocked to the floor and down unconscious.
Hey, I just need to check your eyes, is that okay?
Oh.
They are unequal.
Pediatric priority call, 15 minutes.
She was coming off the first seizure. She went straight into another one. You just think, is this the day I'm going to lose my child?